Hey, curious minds, get ready for mind-blowing facts about animals, science and more. From surprising talents to bizarre discoveries, this video is packed with fun you won't believe. Sit back, relax and let's dive into the unexpected.
While Mount Everest is the highest mountain above sea level, it's not actually the tallest mountain in the world when measured from base to peak. That title belongs to Mauna, a massive volcanic mountain in Hawaii. While Everest stands at 29,032 feet, or 8,849 meters above sea level, Mauna measures a staggering 33,500 feet, or 10,210 meters, from its base on the ocean floor to its summit, making it the tallest mountain on Earth by total height. Mount Everest is recognized as the highest mountain because its summit reaches the highest point above sea level. Since Mauna Kea's base starts underwater in the Pacific Ocean, much of its height is hidden beneath the surface. This difference in measurement is why Everest is famous as the highest peak in the world, even though Mauna Kea is technically taller when measured from its true base. Mauna Kea's geological significance. Mauna Kea is a dormant volcano that last erupted about 4,000 to 6,000 years ago. It's part of the Hawaiian island chain, which was formed by volcanic activity over millions of years. Mauna Kea's summit is home to some of the world's most advanced astronomical observatories, taking advantage of its high elevation and clear skies for space exploration. Comparing the two giants, Mount Everest, 29,032 feet, or 8,849 meters above sea level, Mauna Kea, 33,500 feet, or 10,210 meters from base to peak, but only 13,796 feet, or 4,207 meters above sea level. Even though Everest remains the ultimate challenge for climbers, Mauna Kea technically holds the record as the tallest mountain when measured in its entirety. This fun fact flips the common belief that Everest is the world's tallest peak, proving that sometimes the biggest things are hiding beneath the surface.
Lake Victoria, located in East Africa, holds the title of the largest tropical lake in the world and the second largest freshwater lake by surface area, after Lake Superior in North America. Spanning approximately 68,800 square kilometers, it stretches across 3 countries, Tanzania, Uganda and Kenya. This massive body of water plays a crucial role in the environment, economy and culture of the region. Lake Victoria is part of the African Great Lakes system and is situated in a tropical climate, meaning it is located near the equator and experiences warm temperatures year-round. Despite its vast surface area, it is relatively shallow, with an average depth of 40 meters and a maximum depth of 83 meters. The lake is primarily fed by rainfall and thousands of small streams and rivers, the most significant being the Kagera River. Lake Victoria is also the source of the White Nile, one of the main tributaries of the Nile River, which flows northward through Africa, playing a crucial role in the history and civilizations of Egypt and Sudan. The lake is home to a rich ecosystem, including over 500 species of fish, with the most famous being the Nile perch and tilapia, which are vital for local fisheries. However, the introduction of Nile perch in the 1950s caused significant disruptions, leading to the decline and extinction of many native fish species. Lake Victoria also supports diverse wildlife, including hippos, crocodiles, and numerous bird species such as the African fish eagle and kingfishers. Surrounding wetlands and forests contribute to the lake's biodiversity and provide an essential habitat for various animals. Lake Victoria is a lifeline for the millions of people living along its shores. It supports fishing industries, providing employment and food for local communities. Additionally, it serves as an important route for transportation and trade between Uganda, Kenya and Tanzania. The lake has also played a significant role in African history and culture, being named after Queen Victoria by British explorer John Hanning Speke in 1858 during his search for the source of the Nile. However, long before European exploration, it was home to ancient African civilizations, and its shores are still rich with cultural heritage today. Despite its importance, Lake Victoria faces several environmental threats, including pollution from industrial waste, agriculture and human settlements. Overfishing leading to declining fish populations and economic struggles for local fishermen. Invasive species such as water hyacinth, which chokes waterways, disrupts fishing and depletes oxygen levels in the water. Climate change, affecting rainfall patterns and water levels, leading to periodic flooding and droughts. Efforts are being made by governments, conservationists and international organisations to protect and restore Lake Victoria's health and biodiversity. Lake Victoria remains one of Africa's greatest natural treasures, providing water, food and livelihoods to millions while holding ecological and historical significance. Despite the challenges it faces, its vast size, biodiversity and role in the Nile River system make it a truly remarkable tropical lake and an essential part of the African continent.
In the icy white landscape of Antarctica, there is a shocking sight, a blood-red waterfall flowing down the side of a glacier. This eerie phenomenon, known as blood falls, is located in the McMurdo Dry Valleys and gets its deep red colour from iron oxidation. The water emerging from the glacier contains high concentrations of iron, and when it comes into contact with oxygen, the iron rusts, turning the water a striking shade of red. The result is a waterfall that looks like something straight out of a horror movie, but it is actually a fascinating natural occurrence. The source of blood falls is a subglacial lake that has been trapped under the Taylor Glacier for millions of years. This lake is completely cut off from sunlight and oxygen, creating an extreme environment with high salt content and unusual microbial life. Scientists have studied the microorganisms in this lake to better understand how life might exist in harsh alien environments, such as beneath the ice on Mars or Jupiter's moon Europa. The ability of these microbes to survive without sunlight in freezing temperatures and salty conditions makes blood falls an important site for astrobiology research. Blood falls is a perfect example of how even the most remote and hostile places on Earth can hold incredible scientific discoveries. What looks like a waterfall of blood is actually a window into an ancient hidden ecosystem, providing valuable insights into both our planet's past and the potential for life beyond Earth. It's a haunting yet mesmerizing reminder of nature's ability to surprise us in the most unexpected ways.
It's hard to imagine, but the Sahara Desert, the world's largest hot desert, was once a lush green paradise filled with vast lakes, rivers and forests around 5,000 to 10,000 years ago, during a period known as the African Humid Period. The Sahara was a completely different landscape. Instead of endless dunes, it was home to savannas, wetlands and even human settlements where people thrived with abundant food and water. This drastic transformation was caused by natural climate shifts, driven by changes in Earth's orbit and monsoon patterns that brought heavy rainfall to the region. Evidence of this green past can be seen in fossils, ancient rock art and buried riverbeds discovered across the desert. Archaeologists have found prehistoric cave paintings depicting hippos, elephants and even people swimming, proving that the Sahara once supported a diverse ecosystem. Large lakes such as the massive Lake Megachad once covered areas that are now dry, sandy plains. However, around 5,000 years ago, the monsoons shifted again, causing the rains to disappear and the land to dry up, gradually turning the Sahara into the vast desert we see today. This cycle of wet and dry periods in the Sahara has happened multiple times over millions of years, and some scientists believe that it could turn green again in the distant future. Understanding this transformation helps researchers study climate change, desertification and ancient human migration patterns. The Sahara's hidden past as a lush, thriving landscape serves as a reminder of how dramatically Earth's climate can change over time and how it could change again in the future.
Canada is the second largest country in the world by land area, covering an astonishing 10 million square kilometers, or about 3.85 million square miles. However, despite its vast size, it has a relatively small population, ranking 38th in the world with about 40 million people. This means that Canada has one of the lowest population densities of any country, with just around 4 people per square kilometre. In contrast, countries much smaller in land area, such as India or Indonesia, have hundreds of millions more people living within their borders. One of the main reasons for Canada's low population density is its harsh climate and geography. Much of the country, especially in the north, is covered in rugged mountains, dense forests, and vast tundra, making it difficult for large populations to settle. Most of Canada's population is concentrated in the southern regions, particularly along the US-Canada border, where the climate is milder and more suitable for agriculture, industry, and infrastructure. Major cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal are home to millions of people, while vast areas of the country remain sparsely populated or completely uninhabited. Despite its small population, Canada is a global economic power with a high standard of living, abundant natural resources, and a strong economy. It is known for its diverse and multicultural society, as immigration plays a key role in its population growth. The government actively encourages immigration to help support the workforce and economy, as birth rates remain relatively low. Canada's unique combination of massive land area and small population makes it a country of incredible natural beauty, with pristine wilderness, stunning landscapes, and abundant wildlife. While much of the land remains untouched, Canada's role as a welcoming, prosperous, and environmentally rich nation continues to shape its global identity.
Australia is home to more than 10,000 beaches, making it one of the most beach-rich countries in the world. With a coastline stretching over 25,000 kilometres, it would take you over 27 years to visit a new beach every single day. From the famous white sands of Whitehaven Beach in the Whitsundays to the world-class surfing waves of Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia offers an incredible variety of coastal landscapes. Whether you prefer calm, crystal-clear lagoons, rugged cliffs, or golden surf beaches, Australia has something for every beach lover. The country's massive number of beaches is due to its geography and climate. As an island continent, Australia is surrounded by the Indian, Pacific, and Southern Oceans, creating endless coastlines with diverse ecosystems. The tropical Great Barrier Reef region is famous for its coral-filled beaches and vibrant marine life, while the wild southern coasts offer dramatic rock formations and cold, powerful waves. Some of the most isolated and pristine beaches can be found in Western Australia, where white sand meets turquoise waters in places like Turquoise Bay and Lucky Bay. Australian beaches aren't just beautiful, they're also a huge part of the country's culture and lifestyle. Australians are known for their love of the outdoors, and beach activities like surfing, swimming, snorkeling and sunbathing are a big part of daily life. Many of the world's best surfers come from Australia, and iconic beachside cities like Sydney and Gold Coast attract millions of visitors each year. The beach is more than just a place to relax. It's central to Australian identity, tourism and recreation. With so many beaches to choose from, it's no surprise that Australia is considered a paradise for beach lovers. Whether you're looking for a bustling, vibrant beach with cafes and crowds, or a remote stretch of sand where you won't see another person for miles, Australia's 10,000-plus beaches offer an endless array of coastal beauty and adventure.
The Amazon River, the largest river in the world by volume, releases an astonishing amount of water into the Atlantic Ocean every day. So much that it could supply New York City with fresh water for 9 years. This massive flow, estimated at 209,000 cubic meters per second, or 7.4 million cubic feet per second, makes the Amazon a crucial part of Earth's water cycle and climate system. In comparison, the Amazon discharges more water than the next 7 largest rivers in the world combined, highlighting its immense scale and influence. This enormous water output comes from the Amazon's huge drainage basin, which spans across 9 South American countries and covers around 7 million square kilometers, or 2.7 million square miles. The river is fed by thousands of tributaries, many of which are major rivers themselves. The Amazon rainforest, often called the lungs of the earth, plays a critical role in maintaining this water supply by generating rainfall through evapotranspiration, where water from trees and plants is released into the atmosphere and falls back as rain. This constant cycle ensures that the river remains one of the most powerful on the planet. The Amazon's immense discharge has a significant impact on the Atlantic Ocean. The sheer volume of fresh water flowing into the ocean creates a low salinity zone that extends hundreds of miles offshore, affecting ocean currents, marine ecosystems, and even weather patterns. Scientists have observed that the freshwater plume from the Amazon can alter hurricane activity as the influx of warm fresh water changes sea surface temperatures. The river's nutrient-rich waters also help sustain fisheries and marine life far beyond the South American coast. Beyond its hydrological importance, the Amazon River is home to incredible biodiversity, including unique species like the Amazon River dolphin piranhas and giant otters. Indigenous communities have lived along its banks for thousands of years, relying on its waters for food transportation and cultural traditions. However, deforestation, climate change and human activities pose growing threats to the Amazon's delicate ecosystem. Preserving this vital river is crucial not only for South America, but for the entire planet, as its waters help regulate climate, support biodiversity, and provide life-sustaining resources on a scale unmatched by any other river in the world.
The Arctic Ocean is the smallest and shallowest of the world's 5 oceans, covering an area of approximately 5.4 million square miles, or 14 million square kilometers. Despite its size, it plays a critical role in regulating Earth's climate and supporting unique ecosystems. Located in the northernmost region of the planet, the Arctic Ocean is surrounded by North America, Europe and Asia, with much of its surface covered by sea ice, especially during the winter months. This ice plays a crucial role in reflecting sunlight, helping to regulate global temperatures. Though it is the smallest ocean, the Arctic is one of the most extreme environments on Earth. Its waters are cold year-round, with temperatures often dropping below freezing due to its high salinity and low sunlight exposure. Unlike larger oceans, much of the Arctic Ocean is permanently or seasonally covered with ice, which can be several meters thick. However, in recent decades, due to climate change, Arctic ice has been melting at an alarming rate, leading to rising sea levels and shifts in global weather patterns. Scientists monitor the Arctic closely, as it serves as a climate indicator for the rest of the world. Despite its harsh conditions, the Arctic Ocean is home to a rich variety of wildlife, including polar bears, walruses, narwhals and seals, as well as unique fish species adapted to the freezing temperatures. Beneath its icy surface, the ocean supports thriving marine ecosystems with cold water corals and microscopic organisms that form the base of the Arctic food chain. Indigenous communities such as the Inuit have lived in the Arctic region for thousands of years, relying on the ocean for hunting, fishing and cultural traditions. The Arctic Ocean is also gaining attention for its natural resources and shipping routes. As the ice melts, new navigable waterways like the Northern Sea Route are emerging, allowing for shorter trade routes between Asia, Europe and North America. Additionally, the Arctic is believed to hold vast reserves of oil and natural gas, sparking interest in exploration and resource extraction. However, these developments raise concerns about environmental impact and geopolitical tensions between Arctic nations. Though it may be the smallest ocean, the Arctic is one of the most important and fragile ecosystems on Earth. Its future is closely tied to global climate change, and its protection remains a priority for scientists, conservationists, and governments worldwide.
Italy has more volcanoes than any other country in Europe, making it one of the most geologically active regions on the continent. The country sits on the boundary of the Eurasian and African tectonic plates, a highly active zone that has shaped its landscape with numerous volcanoes, earthquakes and geothermal activity. Italy is home to some of the world's most famous volcanoes, including Mount Etna, Mount Vesuvius and Stromboli, all of which are still active today. One of the most well-known volcanoes in Italy is Mount Vesuvius, infamous for its catastrophic eruption in 79 AD, which buried the cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum under layers of ash and pumice. Today, Vesuvius remains one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world, as it is located near Naples, a densely populated area. Scientists closely monitor the volcano for signs of activity to prevent another disaster. Another major Italian volcano is Mount Etna, located on the island of Sicily. It is Europe's highest and most active volcano, with near-continuous eruptions that have been recorded for thousands of years. Etna's frequent lava flows and ash clouds can disrupt nearby towns and air travel, but its fertile volcanic soil makes the surrounding region ideal for vineyards and agriculture. Italy is also home to Stromboli, often called the lighthouse of the Mediterranean due to its constant eruptions that light up the night sky. This small volcanic island in the Aeolian Islands experiences mild but frequent eruptions, making it one of the most active volcanoes in the world. Its steady volcanic activity has fascinated scientists and tourists alike, with many visitors hiking up the volcano to witness its fiery explosions firsthand. Beyond these famous giants, Italy has several other volcanic areas, including the Campi Flegrei, a massive supervolcano near Naples with the potential for a massive eruption. The region is known for its geothermal activity, including boiling mud pools, sulfur vents and hot springs. Italy's volcanoes have shaped its history, culture and landscape, providing both destruction and fertility. While eruptions have caused devastation, the rich volcanic soil has also supported agriculture, making regions like Sicily and Campania famous for wine, olives and citrus fruits. Due to its volcanic activity and geological significance, Italy remains one of the most important locations for volcanology research, with ongoing monitoring to predict and prepare for future eruptions.
The Arctic Ocean is the smallest and shallowest of the world's 5 oceans, covering an area of approximately 5.4 million square miles, or 14 million square kilometers. Despite its size, it plays a critical role in regulating Earth's climate and supporting unique ecosystems. Located in the northernmost region of the planet, the Arctic Ocean is surrounded by North America, Europe and Asia, with much of its surface covered by sea ice, especially during the winter months. This ice plays a crucial role in reflecting sunlight, helping to regulate global temperatures. Though it is the smallest ocean, the Arctic is one of the most extreme environments on Earth. Its waters are cold year-round, with temperatures often dropping below freezing due to its high salinity and low sunlight exposure. Unlike larger oceans, much of the Arctic Ocean is permanently or seasonally covered with ice, which can be several meters thick. However, in recent decades, due to climate change, Arctic ice has been melting at an alarming rate, leading to rising sea levels and shifts in global weather patterns. Scientists monitor the Arctic closely, as it serves as a climate indicator for the rest of the world. Despite its harsh conditions, the Arctic Ocean is home to a rich variety of wildlife, including polar bears, walruses, narwhals and seals, as well as unique fish species adapted to the freezing temperatures. Beneath its icy surface, the ocean supports thriving marine ecosystems with cold water corals and microscopic organisms that form the base of the Arctic food chain. Indigenous communities such as the Inuit have lived in the Arctic region for thousands of years, relying on the ocean for hunting, fishing and cultural traditions. The Arctic Ocean is also gaining attention for its natural resources and shipping routes. As the ice melts, new navigable waterways like the Northern Sea Route are emerging, allowing for shorter trade routes between Asia, Europe and North America. Additionally, the Arctic is believed to hold vast reserves of oil and natural gas, sparking interest in exploration and resource extraction. However, these developments raise concerns about environmental impact and geopolitical tensions between Arctic nations. Though it may be the smallest ocean, the Arctic is one of the most important and fragile ecosystems on Earth. Its future is closely tied to global climate change, and its protection remains a priority for scientists, conservationists, and governments worldwide. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed these incredible facts. If you found them fascinating, there's so much more to discover. Stay tuned for our next video, where we uncover even more mind-blowing facts about the world around you. You won't believe what's next.